Oh, God, what's wrong, bro? I don't want to talk about that story. Wewe una insist na hiyo story. Nimekwambia I don't want to talk about it. Bado unaendelea. Bro, story ina anisema kwamba wewe ni yule mtu fulani ambaye unadandia mashow sana. Yaani ukiona mtu ametrend unadandia. Ukiona mtu amedandia na trend kidogo unadandia na story kwa munso. Wana vipi? Let's do this thing. Tufanye kitu kwa pamoja. Tatizo lako na Mulamwa bro vipi? Bro, I don't want to talk about that story right now. Yeah. Let's talk about my project. Let's talk about important things. Let's talk about important people. Sitaki kuongelelea watu. Yeah. Let's talk about important people. Yeah, kwa sababu hata pia nikiongea anything I say bado inaenda inakuwa shifted. Unaona? For example, history hata mimi hata sina noma, hata sijui nitoa wapi. So I don't want to talk about it. And even the guy himself who is offended is a bully. Si nini alitukananga Kamena akasema sijui Kamena amefanya nini? Halafu akisema mtu wake anafanya propaganda anakasirika. Sio mimi nilisema hata. In fact I was just there and I was being told what people are saying online. It's not like even we sat down and said wacha tuongee kumhusu mtu. Mimi sitaki kuongea hiyo story. Lakini bro angalia kwanza hii story. Bro. With all due respect sitaki kuongea hiyo story, sitaki kuongea hiyo mse. Let's talk about Wanyola. Let's talk about my show on 7th of June. It's happening. Nunua ticket yako tickets. Come and watch stand-up comedy. Talking about important people kama uko umeniambia like the story of Mulamwa unasema kwamba tusizungumzie. No, yani you mean that guy baby is not important. Bro, sana interview. Let's go. No, God, what's wrong, bro? I don't want to talk about that story. Wewe una insist na hiyo story. Nimekwambia I don't want to talk about it. Bado unaendelea. Hiyo story ina jamaa vipi?
Ngoja kwanza niunde ndio nipige umbe ya Mulamwa. Sasa Mulamwa sijuzi alipost mtoto yake. Kupost hivi Wakenya si wakareact. Mwingine akasema mtoto wa Mulamwa anakaa Papa Sharandra. Nasema vile watu walisema. Yaani watu walikuwa wamesema anafanana Papa Sharandra. Mulamwa ameza copyright. Mulamwa amejizaa. Baby angalia huku na hakuna kucheka. Sasa mtu ukicheka tunaweka dea. Ukicheka kwa hii story unatoa 10,000. Am I right? Tani hivi baby unajua nikikuangalia kwa macho na baki nimekukufia. Hivyo. Sasa baby mbona unaniaga kwa majaribu? Si ucheke tu. Cheka. Hai. Tumaliza niambie. Tuendelee na umbea. Tutaendelea muda cheka. Maliza. Kama uko na imagine Papa Sharandra. Unaanza kucheka. Simi nakuelezea umbea vile ilikuwa.
Ndugu Obinna kakangu, sijui shida inakuanga wapi Nashuku wewe ni mgonjwa. You are suffering from ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder. You can google that You like being at the center of everything. Uko na maoni ya kila kitu bana. Harusi imefanywa, you want to be the center. Show inawekwa, unataka kukua center of it. Acha watu wengine pia nao wa shine their moment Uko na opinion za kila kitu. Sasa hizi hata punda iumbe mtu huko Kakamega utaanza kusikia hapo you know guys, hizi punda zianze kusugua meno zinapatia watu tetanus Kakamega. Like wezi nyamaza tu vitu zingine ziende zikiendanga hivyo. What's the problem? Show ni ticket bana. Mtu akishaweka poster amemaliza. Hakuna ati hakuna my invite. It's not a private thing So si lazima ukue pale ndo ifanyike. Hiyo show hata ilikuwa tu ndogo bana. Ilikuwa tu kahol kadogo lakini nashangaa kwani imechemsha watu nyongo kiaje? You can also do it. I understand you have yours. So wewe panga watu wakuje wajibambe. Mimi watu wangu kuna wenye wananiaminia. Na najua unashangaa sana nilijaza aje, uliniita interview siku kuja. Ni kwa sababu hiyo vitu nafanyanga pale ni za kipuzi, kudharau watu. Manze mimi wanashangaa sana. Uko na opinion ya maisha ya kila mtu except yako. Tuko na data zako mingi. Sisi ni wasanii pia tuko na followers na viewers. But we have never sat down. Okay, me personally sijawahi kaa chini nikasema wacha nimuongelee Obinna na mambo zake. Una watoto wako, una nini zako. Nobody has ever said shit. Si ati hatuwezi, tunaweza. Ukikuwa pale Kisu umeamuka, Mulamwa mimi pia nilikuwa radio milele. Si kusema kitu yote kuhusiana na wewe. Na tunasikizwa na watu wengi zaidi. but I was professional in what I'm doing. Not that tunanyamaza tuna kitu.
What's up everybody? You got it up. All right. So, violence loading. Listen. First of all, I don't understand why squeezy mimi najipata kwa makesi hata sio zangu. I'm just minding my business. Kaishi tu kanatokea. Oh, ile wiki nyingine sijui mtu analia. Hii jana, oh, sijui nimeshika sijui demi ya nani. Oh, ni apologize. Leo sijui nimechakelea mtoto wa nani. Come on, man. Guys. Okay, this is interesting. However, let me give you now the backstory behind the story for the Mulamwa situation. So this war happened, all right? So I did not know that I was blocked by Mulamwa. Why? Because I didn't consider him an enemy. I still don't, actually. Yeah, we do very different things, and he's not a threat in my line of work. But even if he was a threat, competition is important for business to thrive, okay? All right. So having said that, now let me set it into perspective. I went for an interview at K24 the other day to have a conversation with Tony Murigi about my new song, Wanyola. It was a media tour. And it was amazing. Wanyola is 500,000 views now. Thank you so much for the support. Asanteni sana. All right, so in the conversation, they were talking about current happenings on their show. And one of the topics was Mulamwa's show. And they asked me, Obinna, why didn't you not go? And I'm like, I wasn't invited. But when we came from the AFC Content Creators March, I was gonna pass by when I was told. So I started checking, nione kama ashafika, what's happening. Nikapata, I can't see his page. And I'm like, kwani I'm blocked. And when the others check, they can see. I'm like, oh, wow, I'm blocked. So I said, okay, let me check the page for the wife. Then I check, I also can't find that one. I'm like, oh, God.
Hello and what's up, guys? Welcome back to Chat Online Media. And today we are back again with another video. So, guys, Oga Obinna and Mulamwa are currently having a beef after Obinna revealed that Mulamwa had blocked him. According to Obinna, while working with them on Facebook, Mulamwa allegedly asked her to stop working with him. Obinna also revealed that he was blocked by Ruth K, and that did not baffle him since he claimed that Mulamwa controls his ex's accounts. Obinna said that he and the comedian were cordial and he has never considered Mulamwa an enemy. He noted that they pursue different arts in the industry. He said that violence has been loaded and he doesn't understand why nowadays he always finds himself in cases that are not his while he is just busy minding his own business. Then he decided to give a backstory on the Mulamwa situation.
And I'm like, oh, wow, I'm blocked. But now you know, Mulamwa runs both the pages. So I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So what do? I decided to mind my business. However, when I started working with them on Facebook, I didn't know I had beef with, I didn't know Mulamwa had beef with me. But when I started working with them on Facebook, this is when I understood the scope of what was happening. Mulamwa told them on Facebook not to work with me. Akamwambia wacha kufanya kazi na Obinna, Obinna ameisha, Obinna amechapa, and a lot of negative things, which them on Facebook and the manager, whose name is Andrew, told us. It was myself, Omosh, and I think a bunch of other people, because there's a kwanza them on Facebook kidogo alikuwa na stress, pressure. So wala si nini nakusumbua, why we not focus on the work? Oh, nimeambiwa hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi. So I was like, oh wow. So later in the conversation, it emerged after we told them, listen, we've not locked you to work with us. We're just supporting your brand, and whoever you choose to work with is your choice. Demo Facebook na manager wake Andrew wakasema pana, sisi hataki kuwa na Mulamwa, tumekuwa tuna work na yeye, hatulipangi, tumefanya vitu nyingi sana including jobs zenye Mulamwa amelipwa, hatulipi. We even go for shoot, hata chakula, hata tukishoot kwake whatever, hata food tu peke yake hatupewi. We're like, yo. So they were shocked. We're like, okay, that's interesting. But we never said anything negative about Mulamwa because there's nothing negative to say anyway. And so to you will decide and whatever. And then we went over to do amazing things together. And all this time alikuwa ana inject on his side. You get? And myself, I just ignored the story. It was just water under the bridge. It was a very minor thing. And life went on, and I didn't know it was that serious because the last time I met Mulamwa was at Kabugi's show We met at the parking lot. We had parked our cars at the same...
Obinna narrated how he found out that Mulamwa had blocked him on April 20th while with his friends in Nairobi CBD, just a few meters from Mulamwa's show. Obinna wanted to show up at Mulamwa's stand-up comedy show. His friends could see Mulamwa's page, but he couldn't. Obinna realized that Mulamwa had blocked him on Ruth K's page too. He claimed that Mulamwa controls his ex's accounts. Obinna claimed that Mulamwa's beef dated back to the day he started working with Demwa Facebook. The comedian had discouraged Demwa FB from working with Obinna, claiming that he was washed up in the industry. He claimed that the comedian, that is Demwa Facebook, did not want to work with Mulamwa since he was stingy and hardly paid her and her manager. Obinna said that he let everything Demwa FB told him slide.
At the same place, akatoka na mtu wake, a friend of his. Na akatugotea, na nikamgotea tuzuri, niaje konki, nini vizuri. And we smiled. We took a bunch of photos there. Akaenda show, nikaingia show. Later on stage, I called him on stage. Him and his wife, they came through. I hyped them up. Akaongea, wakatoka. Like everything was nice. In my head, I didn't even think that I have issues with Mulamwa. Only to find out that I've been blocked because of a video that we did on Weekly Show. Weekly Show is a comedy show. Was a comedy show. And Mulamwa is a comedian. Then also, I'm not even the one who said it. And then also, even my Facebook didn't say it. She said what people were saying online. Like she was just passing information. I didn't know it was gonna get that needy. And also you could have just called me, man. Bro, yo kitu kidogo ndo sasa unaniblokia. Come on, bro. Bro ni unblock bana. Ni unblock. Pretty please. Ni unblock Mulamwa. Mi ni unblock. Ndakutafuta. Nichukue simu yako niji unblock. Na nitafute bibi yako nichukue simu ya ni wewe unarana account zote. Ndakutafuta. Mulamwa bana ni unblock maze. Hii ni vitu kidogo bwana. Wanaume kitu kama hii comedy. Si wewe ni comedian. Wewe wacha wewe ni unblock Mulamwa. Nasa kuambia tena.
Oga Obinna has asked Mulamwa to forgive him since he did not comment on his son's looks. In other news, the comedian Mulamwa revealed that he runs his ex's accounts since they are his artists, that while together they are signed to his company and he is the one who opens their social media accounts. Mulamwa has challenged Oga Obinna to try not to talk about any celebrity for a week and still make good content. The comedian said Obinna did not have to be invited to his event because all he needed to do was buy a ticket. The former radio host also revealed the reasons behind him refusing an interview on Obinna TV. Mulamwa has bashed Oga Obinna, claiming he loves seeking attention. In the last few hours, the two have gone on an online beef, sharing reasons why they do not get along. It all started with Obinna sharing the reason for not attending Mulamwa's show, noting that he had been blocked on Instagram and that he did not get an invite. In his reply, Mulamwa shared a video of Obinna and Demwa Facebook making fun of his son, which did not please him. He noted that as much as Obinna had forgotten what led to their rift, for him it was pretty fresh in his mind. Hours later, Mulamwa has followed up with a video sharing his resentment for Obinna and the kind of man he is. In the video, Mulamwa bashed Obinna for wanting to share his opinion about everything that is happening in the entertainment industry. On not inviting Obinna to his show, the comedian noted that he needed no invite but just to buy a ticket and show up, as it was not a private event. Mulamwa also revealed the reason for missing Obinna's interview, accusing him of despising people and giving opinions about them which he does not like. Mulamwa claimed to have dirt on Obinna but never shared in public as he is a professional, even challenging him to stay quiet for a week without talking about anyone. Mulamwa reminded Obinna that he is not special enough to be invited to the show, noting that his real supporters showed up.
Hatuna kitu ya kusema, tuko nayo. Tushamekiti pia bana, pia sisi tuwasukuma mabenzo hii town tuishi vizuri. So I don't think it's very fair. Sometimes nyamaza. Tunanakupa hii challenge wewe mzee Obinna wewe. Jaribu kunyamaza wiki moja bila kutaja jina ya mtu. Jaribu wiki moja tu bila kutaja jina ya mtu. Wewe si msanii. You're just a parasite riding on everything that is going on. So, wacha mambo mingi. Show ilikuwa yangu, tulijaza, tulitesa Conky Nation 1. we are going to finish it even more conclination 2. So kama kuna mtu ako na shida na hiyo, anza kujipanga mapema, kwa sababu tutatesa zaidi ya hiyo. Ama namna gani Team Konki? It is what it is. Sometimes we just don't take slaves. Wacha mambo mingi bwana. Show watu wanajaza, wako na fans wao. Si ati lazima uinvitiwe, no speciality, no nothing. Real ones came. Fake ones, they are going to the interviews to speak there. So take that to the bank and deposit it there. Nifanya hata nimeongea kizungu ningetumia kwa interview. Some people.
Thank you so much guys for watching this video till the end. Please remember to subscribe, like, comment and share for more amazing updates. See you on the next one.